Hello. Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, where today we're going to be fighting the strengths of Nicola, and he is strong to blood, slash, and ice. And so what we're going to do is our Lost Heavy Axe here has a 5% blood, so we will be minus 15% on our damage from 961. Then we have 20% ice here, which means that we're going to have Nicola has a 70% ice resist. Let me pull up my spreadsheet here so I have it all in front of me instead of telling you lies and things. And after that, so that's already 15%, and then the 70%, yeah, or the 15 and the 50 makes it 65% damage reduction from the card there, which is not too helpful. And then he has a 40% slash resist, and then in phase 2 he's got a 50% slash resist. So we're gonna be at basically half multiplied by 35%. So we're gonna be at a super low percentage. So we're basically going to be at 961 times 0.5 in phase 2 times 1 plus 0.05 plus 0.2 minus 0.7 minus 0.2. So we'll be at about 168-ish damage or so in phase 2 from this 961. So it's literally the worst way possible that you could go about fighting him is using this setup right here, which I don't want to take forever and ever and ever. So that's why we have Elemental Wall, Ice Armor, and an Icy Blood Veil here as well with light values, so we can get focused all the time and stuff. And we brought Yakumo along because he's doing slash damage out of the Oni Bane. And so this is not really to get through the enemies here, so it's just kind of whatever. But if you're fighting Nicola, you never ever want to go for slash, which is mostly all of the one-handed swords. So if you're doing one-handed swords, I would say no, unless you are. There are two very specific exceptions. It's the pipe, obviously, and then it's the Argent Wolf Blade. So the Argent Wolf Blade Fire is the ideal blade, one-handed sword that you can use against Nicola and actually have decent damage and stuff. Other than that, you do not want to be using that kind of setup. You don't want to be using any other one-handed swords at all. And you can see here that we just really don't have any damage. Basically at all, because of our because of what we have going on. So 1733 is not too bad, but remember we're going to be down to basically 10% of that in a sense for the Nicola fight. So we'll be down pretty far on our damage values when we get to the Nicola fight. So it's going to be pretty bad. And we missed. How nice. And because these guys also resist ice, we are in a kind of a bad kind of a setup here overall for everybody. Okay. And you... But Yakumo will help us considerably here as we go along. But our weapons setup and everything is going to be absolutely horrendous for Nicola. So strap in and get ready for that kerfuffle, because it is going to be pretty awful. Good job, Yakumo. Pushing him off the edge is exactly what you want to be doing. Absolutely. Feels weird to heal after coming off of 10x, or not the 10x, after coming off of the Impossible run. It's like, wait, I can heal myself? Yes, I can. So we are going to absolutely do it. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of this guy so he's not slapping us around. Yakumo's gonna go take care of those guys, which is completely fine. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna heal. Okay, Now, the thing that most people I've seen, whenever they've run into Nicola, they use a one-handed sword. They go for slash items. They do those kinds of things, and there's really that's like not at all what you want to be doing, obviously. And the way to curb that is if you want to go for a one-handed sword, you go for the Argent Wolf Blade, and that will do you nicely because it's crush. And if you put fire on it, obviously that will help immensely as well. Since obviously he has a weakness to fire, it's a really good way to go about you know, getting some damage when you can. And obviously here, this is not how you want to be fighting this guy, but it works well enough just through the sheer weight of our weapon, and with Yakumo also doing heavy weapon attacks and stuff, just the pummeling effect works well enough. Okay, it hit us, but it does ice damage, so we are immune, which is nice. It's really funny how a lot of enemies, this kind of was discussed this past week, I believe, with one of the people in the comments. We were kind of going back and forth, and there are no gifts in vain that you can use that are only an element type. They all have some sort of physical form to them because of how the formula is written in vain. It doesn't allow you the super benefit of doing either physical or elemental. You have to do either only physical on its own, or elemental and physical together in the same group. Because of how the formula is written, you always have to consider physical. Okay, now you can see our damage is really starting to fall off because Bridge to Glory is over. But fortunately, we can get some pauses here, just because of how our blood veils give us really good ability to kind of keep the fight paused when we get backstabs. So keep that in mind if you are going for different enemies, and making sure that you have the right damage value matched up with the correct element as well. Because if you're planning to go for just an element or just an physical type, you definitely need to think about that quite a bit. Okay, we missed each other. Kind of odd when that happens. It's like, what do I do? Hopefully we knock him off. Nope. Okay. I guess we'll get the kill. Okay, so far so good. So far it's just the bludgeoning effect of having two of us go at it here at one time. But you just wait till we get to Nicola and we get slapped around all over the place, because we are going to have literally 0 damage almost the whole time because of the reductions in our damage and because of his resistances. So yeah, remember when you're going against Nicola, what you want to do, you want to go fire pierce is the best, most ideal, or fire crush if you don't have fire pierce. Okay, a 109, very odd thing to get from here. But the reality is that you do have a pierce weapon in the what is that? The Impaler, and you can use it to great effect here with Nicola. And if you put a Scophic Chrome on it, but you haven't been to the City of the Fallen Flame yet at this point in the game, so that's kind of unfortunate. But you can still on your second playthrough, you can go for that, but you can use fire weapon or flame weapon because that's from Prometheus, and so you have access to that. Oh, too far away. Oh, now we're screwed. Okay, this is gonna be like near impossible. Okay. And we have no okay. At least we don't die from that, which is nice. And neither does Yakumo, because he's got our ice buffs going here. Maybe we just need to have him come off the edge, because we literally are doing like no damage. How is this? Ouch. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think we do any damage. I think it's all Yakumo at this point. Okay. Get him, Yakumo. Okay, and we'll get this going again. Yeah, this is near impossible. Yeah, we do no damage because his ice resist is so high. Let's see if we do damage with this. Nope. So we're literally doing nothing here. It's all Yakumo. We're just hitting him for fun. For iCore reasons, I guess. Just to keep up the iCore for the ice resists. Yeah, we do no damage, and this is how you can get to a point where the factor for elements, it reduces things to 0, and so because the resistances are so big, you absolutely do no damage. Okay, we can stagger him here. Whoops. Okay. Come on, Yakumo, you can do it. Because Yakumo doesn't have any ice on his weapon. He's doing just pure slash here. He's able to actually do some kind of damage along the way. Okay, and are we gonna die? Maybe? Come on, Yakumo, get him. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Heal. Again, this is why you don't put these kinds of builds together on purpose to actually fight anything. Just because of the fact that you know, you're not able to get any use out of it unless you absolutely you know, do something on purpose here. Okay. Whoops. No. 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 Oh. Too bad. Oh well. Okay, now it'll be a run back. Now we will just run over. Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, so impossible to beat the Boreal Brute if you have a Pheon Chrome on your weapon when he gets ice armor. We had him there for a little bit until he got the ice armor, and then it was just all over. And that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, overall, it's pretty hilarious how you can get yourself to a point where you actually do 0 damage. I mean, it's not just, you know, it's not just because you're doing very little damage or something. It's literally because the formula has a 0 factor when it multiplies. And so because you're multiplying by 0, you actually have no damage at all, which is pretty hilarious. Okay, so now on to Nicola as we investigate his defenses and everything. This will be interesting to see just how it goes here. Alright, guys. We'll just make it quick there. Quick and simple and easy. And as we get into the Nicola fight, obviously we're going to have to try and, you know, have as much ice resist as we can. But what we have right now is good enough for pretty much everything he has. There will be a few things that he'll be able to hurt us with. But we should be able to slap him around enough that we should be able to get in there, do some damage, and continue on. See, and it doesn't matter if our damage value number is actually higher or not. It's literally all about the ice resist and the blood resist, how they coincide with each other in the element resistance factor of the formula. So kind of interesting how they work together to actually get you down below 0. So pretty hilarious. Okay, let's see here, 436, and we have 1733, and we're going down to 436. So it's pretty hilarious. 364. And if we hit his shield, remember, that's a 50% reduction as well. Okay. There we go. Let's see, this is not how you want to be fighting Nicola ever, because we have such huge damage reductions. I mean, look at that, 1700 for an actual gift. That's crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay. Nice. Okay, 673. Okay, we're just wailing away on him here, and he's literally taking like none of the damage. Okay, whoops. Okay. But the nice thing about Nicola is that he does 100% ice damage to us, so we're able to mitigate pretty much, I mean, we're basically able to mitigate all of his damage except the explosive stuff here with the fire and all that. Like that right there. Okay. And if we just see, we can take those punches, no problem. That we cannot, however. Okay. Okay. Pretty good. You can definitely see the amount of pain that it is here for the damage values that we have, and you can see now that we're in phase 2 without Bridge to Glory. This is going to be super pain here, 168. So there's the number I was predicting for you, so you can see that I'm telling the truth. So yeah, we go from almost 1,000. Actually it goes up over 1,000. So if we take just our damage that we have access to, it goes like this. We get rid of the resistances of Nicola. So we have actually 1,200, and we're going down to 168. So it's a super reduction. Okay, and whoops, didn't get Dragon Lunge off there, as I never really do. Okay, so now we double that to 364 or 303, which is pretty hilarious that we are slapping him with all of these gifts at 300 damage, but we can take the hits here, thankfully. Oh, elemental wall is over. Okay, and now we can take the hits if we want to, which is nice. Oh, that's the one thing we can't afford. Oh, come on. Okay, Yakumo is still getting pounded. Let's take some hits here so we get focused maybe. There we go, get some health back. Oh, whoops. And you can see that all of his moves are ice. I mean, everything's just ice. Now we need to be careful here because we don't have our ice shields on. There we go. Ouch. But we would be super dead if we weren't playing with ice resist, because that's all he does, and that's how you can get rid of Nicola's damage as well. Even though we're not doing any damage, he's not really doing any damage. So this is how you can kind of mitigate that for the two of you. Okay, let's get bridge going. But yeah, this is the worst possible way that I could think of to actually get damage out on Nicola. Doing, you know, that super damage reduction. Oh, elemental wall is over. Okay, elemental wall's over. There we go. Okay, still can't. Okay, there we go. Yakumo gets the kill. Okay, so Yakumo didn't have an actual damage resist too much because he was actually no element. So if we would have used frost weapon, excuse me, then he would have also had another 50% damage reduction. So it would have been 50% times 50% for him, actually, and so he would have been down down to 25% of his damage. But because we invoked blood on our weapon, with the lowest amount of blood that you can possibly get, we get that extra 15% wonderfulness for ourselves. So we are down below, we're down below like at 18% or something like that. And so it's absolutely the worst way to go about fighting Nicola. So yeah, don't do this. Don't run slash against him. Obviously don't run ice, but don't run blood either, but run fire, first and foremost, fire pierce, and then run lightning if you have no other choice. So hope you guys enjoyed this crazy stupid build here with all the ice resist. And so the two titans here are bashing each other in the face with literally no damage. So thank you all, and we'll see you in the Arachnid, or not the Arachnid Grotto, the Ashen Cavern next for the Gilded Hunter, and I'll show you how not to fight him there. So we'll see you then.